my daughter Antonia and her husband Tom now. It's been a fantastic experience bringing Tony up over the years. She's been absolutely fantastic. She's ambitious, strong, good-willed, and most of all, she's got a beautiful heart. And I'd just like to say, darling, I really love you. Right, I'm really honoured to do what I did for you today, from the bottom of my heart. It's been great. I can see you there smiling away. But over the years, I've watched her grow up amazingly, absolutely fantastic. And Tom, who could ask for a better son-in-law than Tom? Outstanding. I've not known Tom for a long time, only a few years, but in them few years I've had some fantastic times with him. I'm sure they agree. And I didn't really write much today, because I didn't want to write at all really, you know what I mean? But I'd just like to say from the bottom of my heart, probably everybody here will know this, that they're absolutely outstanding couple together. They love each other so much. Bless them all. And I thank them all for giving me the grandchildren that they give them as well. Well, that's all I can really say really. Just keep it short and sweet, if that's okay with everybody. A bit nervous. But yeah, no, it's been great watching her grow up. To marry Tom. So that's really it for me. If that's okay.
As a mark of respect, I would like to propose a toast to the Queen. Let me just say how incredibly beautiful my wife looks.
Yay!
Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, kids, and James. Thank you all for coming. Well, not many people turn down free food. I had prepared a superb speech for you today, but unfortunately, now that I'm married, I've been told to read this one instead. I have a lot of people to thank. A huge thank you to my lovely parents for having me. You did a good job. We really appreciate you organising the very cool wedding car. Mother? I must show my appreciation and gratitude to my in-laws. Robert and Jane, you have both been very kind and welcoming to me, and have done a great job raising Antonia. Where's Darcy? 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 Where is she?
She's right over there. That's right, Tom. You could give her a kiss.
She's a kiss. Come on.
Thanks, Mum.
Let me say how beautiful our flower girls looked. Eva, Kira, Darcy and Mabel. And Page boys, Lennon, Ezra. You all did amazingly. I will pay you in sweets later. The bridesmaids all look lovely. Thank you for helping my wife and for ensuring she had a magical hen do.
That was a crazy night, Tom. You don't want to know.
My usher and brother-in-law Zach, thanks for helping today. Where is he? You look very dapper in a suit. If anyone needs anything, just ask Zach.
Where is it? There he is. Yeah, Zach.
Zach, you missed it.
Talking about you.
I'll do it that bit again. My usher and brother-in-law Zach, thanks for helping today. You look very dapper in your suit. If anyone needs anything, just ask Zach. My best man, my brother Charlie, thanks for buying all the drinks on the stag do and writing a great speech. He's the comedian in the family. Last but not least, a massive thank you to my gorgeous wife. Without you, today wouldn't be possible. Someone got it. Antonia organised everything today, and we can all agree she did an unbelievable job. I was just thirsty. It's so lovely to have our gorgeous girls here to celebrate with us. Antonia, not only are you my wife, but my best friend and incredible mummy. We are very lucky to have you. Right, now for the speech we have all been waiting for. Over to my best man, Charlie.
Forgive me if you can't hear. So, hi everyone, I'm Charlie, and I'm Tom's eldest brother, and I'm the best man today. I've not done this before, so bear with me. About 3 weeks ago, I was on a plane coming back from Disney World in Florida with my wife and my kids, and I was flicking through the in-flight entertainment, and a film caught my eye called Le Discours, which, if you don't know, translates to The Speech. Yes, it was a French film with English subtitles about a man that was due to give a best man speech. So it's 2 a.m. in the morning, Floridian time. I'd already watched 3 movies. I was absolutely exhausted, but I thought I need to watch this speech because I need to get some tips on how to deliver the best man speech, how to overcome the nerves, and how to deliver an Oscar-winning performance for you all. It was an absolute waste of time watching it. The guy was petrified about doing it, thought he was going to be terrible, and then on the night, he was just amazing, okay? He delivered stories of romance, he had these metaphors of how love's like a red bike, and when you fall in love, your bike just flies, or something like that. Well, sorry, but I just don't think that's the job of the best man to deliver that speech. So I'm going to stick with tradition, go with the British approach, and I'm going to slate the groom. Just a little bit, okay? So, in preparing for my speech, I saw inspiration from my 2 teenage daughters, Beth and May, sitting on this table over here, looking absolutely stunning. Scared me when I saw them this morning. And I asked the 2 of them, how would you describe Tom in 3 words? Oh my goodness, right? Gassy was the first word that came out of Beth's mouth, followed by funny and weird.
I'll take that.
Well, May described Tom as piggy, smelly, and dramatic.
That's outrageous!
Oh, and funny as. So thinking about it, when we were young, Mum always described Tom as the joker of the family. She never had labels for the rest of us, but he was called the joker. But we were never really sure if he meant to be funny, but, you know, he made us laugh. Now, I have to tell you all this, my favourite story of all time that just absolutely sums up Tom's funniness and his weirdness is this one. It was one Christmas at Mum and Dad's. I'd recently got married to Sue, my wife, in green, looking beautiful on the table over there. Check out her cowboy boots if you've not seen them. And Tom was single at the time, which is really important to this story, okay? So we were all sitting at the table, and I got up. We'd had a lovely Christmas dinner, all stuffed, and I got up to pop through to the kitchen to go and get some drinks or something. And as I got up, Sue suddenly noticed I wasn't wearing any socks. And she said to me, how long have you had your socks off for? I said, all day, why? Looking confused. And she said, oh God, well who have I been playing footsie with under the table? Anyway, the whole table, everyone went silent, and everyone looked around, and suddenly Tom pipes up, oh, that was me. So we all looked at Tom, and of course I'm a bit shocked there. So I turned to Tom, I said, Tom, why have you been playing footsie with my wife? To which he replied, oh, I thought it was Dad. Anyway, while Antonia seems quite endeared with Tom, and thank goodness she is, I'm sure she is trying to curb his kind of strange things just a little bit. And I'm pretty sure she has had some kind of influence in their children's names. Because Tom always had this strange idea that all of his kids' names would begin with the letter N. So it sounded cool with Nettle, Nicky Nettle. Noah Nettle was one of his favourites. And Cousin Neil, if you're in the room and you ever want to get adopted by Tom, he'd be well up for it. There you go.
Come on in.
Come on in. Other than weirdness, being a bit useless at things is another part of Tom's jokey character. Again, we're not totally sure if he is useless or it's all just an act. Just to give you an example, Tom thinks that putting on 2 layers of factor 30 sun cream is the equivalent of factor 60. So again, thank goodness that Antonia is about just to keep an eye on things and stop the kids getting fried in the sun. For Tom's stag do, we went skiing to Bulgaria. Great trip, James was there, Alex, Tom and I, really good fun. Tom organised the whole trip. See, thanks Tom, because I'm sure that was probably my job as best man, but I was busy with work. We'll come back to that in a minute. Anyway, for weeks leading up to it, Tom was winding us up. Oh, I'm sure I've forgotten this, or I'm sure I've forgotten that. So when we actually arrived at the right airport, got the right flights, and ended up in the right country, we were actually pretty relieved. However, when we got to the hotel, they didn't have our reservation. Thankfully though, it wasn't Tom's error, that one. The hotel had actually totally mistyped all of our names. Anyway, we did convince them that they needed to give us our rooms, but Tom always wanted to save money and booked 1 room with 2 double beds for 4 men in, so that was cosy. Tom's actually always been one for saving pennies. I'm sure many of you do know that. His great idea this year was he was going to keep on his all-inclusive wristband from his holiday for a whole 12 months so he could get him free the following year. You still got that, Tom? He had it on for a good 2 months though, that wristband. Because of Tom's money-saving strategies, he was probably the richest kid that I ever knew. And in fact, very early on, he had like 5 grand in his savings account. Well, I didn't have 5 grand in my bank until I was like 10 years ago. Tom could probably write a book on saving money, and excluding these suits here, I don't think Tom's ever bought an item of clothing in his life. He always seemed to get away with finding clothes in the bars that he and Alex ran, or getting hand-me-downs before we'd actually handed them down to him. In fact, last time I saw him, he was wearing a 30-year-old Rip Curl t-shirt that I had, like, when I was a kid. I don't know when he acquired that, but anyway. Of course, another clever strategy for avoiding spending the money is to not be the one that gets the drinks in. And honestly, in my entire life, I was thinking back, and I think there's only been one occasion when Tom's ever brought drinks. Would you agree, Alex? Yeah. So that was about 5 years ago, I think. We were all sat in Cozy Club, there was a handful of us, and we spent the afternoon having a few drinks. And at the end of the afternoon, Tom actually offered to pick up the tab.
That was expensive round.
It was. We were all absolutely shocked, and we could only conclude that he must have stolen somebody else's credit card. Another strategy that Tom's adopted, initially for saving money, but he's taken it to a whole new level, is DIY. It's enabled him to totally change his career, and he can actually turn his hand to anything, although James might question that one. For example, he's converted a Mercedes Sprinter camper van, and he's also built an extension on his own house. He's done an amazing job with both of those, and I'm dead proud about what he's achieved with that. talking of work, Tom fits in a bit of work around golf and family life. Golf being the second love of his life after his family, and something that he really started after Alex and I put him off playing football when we used to just put him in goal, which sometimes he did delegate to Sarah, who's sitting over here, our sister. Sometimes it makes me feel a total mug, actually, how Tom's cracked the old life-work balance. So, would it be okay for me to just say a couple of words about our beautiful bride here? So I'll never forget.
You need to be quiet.
I'll never forget the first time I met Antonia. We'd all gone to a soft play area, and she had the gall to challenge me on an assault course through this soft play. So we put the kids to one side, and she challenged me to this. And I thought, I'm humoured by this. Brave, competitive. Well, I didn't realise quite how competitive she was until we were standing there at the starting line. I got thumped in the back, propelled off of this foam platform and into a ball pit so she could win the race.
I'm not very competitive.
So from that, I concluded that she's not going to take any rubbish from Tom. So Tom doesn't want for much in life. He's happy-go-lucky, a loyal friend and brother, and he just wants a little family, although that is rapidly growing. He's got that now, and I feel really happy for him. So, I'd like you to join me in 2 toasts. The first one is to the groom, for his weirdness, funniness, tightness, and everything that makes Tom Tom. To Tom.
Darcy's daddy.
And the second one includes you girls here. So the second one is to our newlyweds and their little family, Eva, Darcy and Mabel, to wish them an amazing, happy, long-lived life together, or in the words of the band Coldplay, who the 2 of them have been to see recently, Viva la vida, to Tom, Antonia and their girls. So, thank God that's my job done. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Darling, just dive right in, full and sweet. Well, I never knew